So let's start. Let me share my screen, then I can. So you guys aware about cloud, right? So mapping skill offering very good cloud trainings in multiple cloud technologies like Azure, AWS, and Google. So here we are talking about Azure. So in market, Azure is picking very much in terms of they are moving towards getting a 50% share of the market as similar to AWS. Why they are picking in market? Because they have a good base in their data centers and all. So first of all, before starting that, what is cloud? That's the first thing we need to understand. So you guys must have using your Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo Mail or any kind of mail. So that Gmail is also a cloud service. Why? Because you don't know where your Gmail server resides, where my mail gets stored, how the mail is coming to me or going to whatever you mention. So that Gmail is already getting used by you guys, where somebody else is giving that particular software to you. For example, email service. So that email service is basically getting used by customer and managing by somebody else. Somebody else means Google. Google is managing that Gmail, and they are giving you maybe free or maybe paid or maybe with some storage or maybe with some conditions or maybe whatever things. So in that case, you are using that email service without knowing where the data center is, where the server is. But for customer, email service always on. Always on means you access your email in morning, night, anytime. You have not seen a single scenario where that email service is down, and you are using this email from years. So how Google is managing that? Google is not doing any magic. This email service is residing on one of their data center, maybe India data center or maybe Singapore data center or maybe US data center or maybe UK data center. So depend upon where you are. For example, you are in India, so maybe your email going to uh, India data center. Let's take example. But for you, it doesn't matter because you are using email service. You are getting that service to and fro. It's happening. You are happy with their service. You don't bother where the data center is, how Google is managing. If tomorrow Google say that I will take 1,000 mail, 5 rupees for 1,000 mails, then now we are habitual of email. We don't survive without email. So anyway, you are going to pay for that, and Google will make money about it. So the same concept cloud provider has taken. You want to run your application, you want to run your databases, you want to run your softwares, and for that you need a infrastructure, a platform. So for that infrastructure or platform, you need a desktop, a laptop, a server, network, storage. You need all these things. For example, you want to run your YouTube video. For running YouTube video, you need a device. Device may be your mobile, device may be your laptop, and YouTube is a web-based application. You are running via browser. So same way, when running your application, it's basically your application has to be run in any platform or infrastructure. So that platform or infrastructure is maybe your data center where you are managing that, or maybe a cloud, Azure, AWS, Google. So for running any application in system, you need a platform. For that platform, you can go to Azure and take that platform and deploy your application and run your application. For example, there is a simple website you want to create where you want to put your resume, your photo, your information so that recruiter or company can see that. That's a very basic thing I'm telling. What do you need to do? You need to host your website to any of the service provider, and you need a server where you recites your code. So from low level to high level, or from small business to middle business to high level business, all needs a infrastructure platform to run their application databases. And Azure is one of a cloud provider which can be used for application. Till now, any question? Because I want to make interactive. Till now, any question? You get it? What is cloud? Why we are using somebody else system? Any question? Cool. So coming to Azure back, so Azure is basically one of the cloud provider where you can deploy your application database, and this is a one box solution. One box solution means if you want to run your application, you need an infrastructure, you need a database, you need a storage, you need a network. So for all these things, maybe you can go for multiple vendors. Like for example, in your data center, you can go for IBM server and go for Cisco network, go for EMC Square or NetApp storage. Rather than going here and there or multiple vendor, you can go to Azure. Azure will give you database, Azure will give you server, Azure will give you application platforms, Azure will give you automation strategy, Azure will give you DevOps. Everything can be provided by Azure, whatever you need to run your application databases. So how Azure is doing this? So it's a simple kind of, if I give a very, I can say, because you all are from India, so very basic example is somebody else is creating a builder is creating a building, okay, and they are customizing their maybe floor plan or room size and all based on customer need. For example, you need a 3 BHK with some room size, so you can give to your vendor, then means builder, and he will create that on the basis of your requirement. So same way cloud provider is doing. Whatever server size you need 2 CPU 4 GB machine, 4 CPU 8 GB machine, 8 CPU 16 GB machine, 16 CPU 32 GB machine, you can you can go and opt it. But as builder will also charge you for your flat based on the size, same way Azure will also charge you based on how much CPU, memory, RAM you are trying to get from Azure. So based on your requirement, based on your server size or your service, whatever Azure is providing, based on that they are charging. And builder will also charge you about the location. Like in Bangalore, if you go for a flat, maybe it's expensive as compared to Hyderabad. So same way in data centers happening. India data center may be cheaper. if you go for Singapore, maybe expensive. If you go for UK, maybe more expensive. If you go for US data center, maybe more expensive. So everything is depend upon data center where you are going to deploy your application or infrastructure or server. So based on that, charge will be applied to you. It's not that it's a uniform, and a lot of factor dependent upon that, because every country has a different tax mechanism. So you get charged about this. So whatever service you are going to use in Azure, they are not giving you free. Till some extent, they are giving free for a learning purpose or for a just a, you can say, advertisement purpose. But after that, if you are going to use it as a very extensive level or for a business thing, then they will charge you. And charge is depend upon which data center you are taking, what kind of service you are using. So coming to that, introduction of cloud computing anyway we covered, and what we are going to take here is basically what is cloud, what are the challenges, what are the cloud computing, what is the definition, on premises versus service model, advantage, disadvantage, traditional cloud computing, security, pricing, and all. So why cloud computing? Because the point here is now the business is moving towards a very fast cycle of deployment, and they want their application to be run from day one, and they want to use that kind of infrastructure where they can deploy the things very fast. So for example, you have a data center, okay, and you already have 5 servers running in data center and 6 server you need. So what you will do, you will ask IBM to ship that server that will come to your data center. You start deploying that server. So it will take some time, maybe 3 days, 5 days, 1 week, depend upon vendor to vendor. So same way, or I can say a better way to go to cloud. Today you are starting one virtual machine, tomorrow you can start 5 more, and immediate you can start 10 more. There is no limitation. Whatever you need, you can start in cloud instantly. So that is a better option to deploy my infrastructure application in cloud, because the availability is very feasible, very fast. In Azure, you can create 10 virtual machine in 10 minutes. Is it possible in data center? No. If you don't have server in your data center, you will not anyway get in 10 minutes. But in Azure, your business grow. For example, currently you have 10 virtual machine to run your business. On a weekend or a very festival season which coming in, you, for example, I have a e-commerce website where I'm selling my goods via website. And I know in a month, I have 1,000 users visiting my website. So I have that infrastructure. But during festival season, the footfall on my website is coming towards 10,000, 10 times more. And my server capacity is only to manage 1,000 user. Then what will happen? My website goes down. Like Flipkart, you must have seen they are launching their mobile application. Even they have a very scalable system, and they are projecting that 1 lakh user will come in their website, and 2 lakh user is coming. Then Flipkart website also get hanged. But in cloud, it can be managed very instantly, because if you see that your user base is increasing, then you can straight away increase your server capacity, your scalable solution, you can do that. So that's why people is moving towards cloud, because it's quite feasible as compared to on premises. And there are very much public cloud is happening in market, and Azure is one of the public cloud. Why public cloud? Why this is public? It's not a public organization anyway. Public cloud means you, me, anybody in India, or anybody in Africa, anybody in Europe, anybody in America, anybody in Australia can go and create account. There is no restriction of country base, or maybe anybody can go and create account. There is no restriction. That's why it's known as public cloud. And if I have a capacity to pay, then I can pay $1 lakh in a month if my business is that big. So public cloud means it's open for general public. Anybody can go and create account and use Azure and pay for it. So it's a pay per use concept. Versus private cloud is what? Private cloud means I am creating my own cloud for my customer or for my subsidiaries, but it's not open for general public. For example, any company, any organization, for example, Siemens, let's take. Siemens has created their own cloud. They're using for their customers. You cannot go and create account on that because it's a private cloud. And non-cloud solution also in market like your data centers. So in next 2-3 years, basically what will happen? Most of the people thinking to move their data center to cloud. And Azure is picking much market. So that's why you need to learn Azure. If you are a system administrator, if you are a database administrator, if you are a network administrator, if you are a storage administrator, if you are a developer, if you are a business analyst, you need to learn Azure because people are moving from data center to Azure. Until you know about Azure, you will not able to survive in IT industry. Why Azure? Because Azure is picking much market. Their business strategy is quite effective in current period because their base is coming from Windows operating system to Office 365 to SharePoint. These are the very basic application or widely used application in any of the organization. And Microsoft is saying that you can migrate to cloud for free. Maybe they are not charging much to customer. That's why customer is going towards Azure. AWS doesn't have any base software. Azure has base. Microsoft has Windows. Microsoft has Office 365. Microsoft has SharePoint. Microsoft has SQL Server. But Azure, AWS doesn't develop anything in market. They are just taking from somebody and selling to somebody. They are also trying to create some operating system and other things, but Microsoft is already established organization and they can invest much money. So on that prospect, Azure is picking much market because they have a good customer base for their Windows, SQL Server, Office 365 and SharePoint. So they can much penetrate to customer to go for Azure cloud. Any question till now? So question is coming, what is the requirement or knowledge we need to have for Azure? So requirement and knowledge, no prerequisite. As I mentioned, if you are a developer or if you are a Windows administrator or system administrator or maybe fresher, So in between network glitch happened. So the question I answered, right? Like you can learn as a fresher also, you can learn as a experienced guy also, you can learn as a any technology you are working, you can learn Azure because you are starting new. Azure is also started new. It's not very similar what is existing. A Linux administrator who is very good in a Linux or a Windows administrator who is very good in Windows, he also still need to learn Azure. So same way for fresher. If fresher can start from, there is no prerequisite, and you can see on Azure website also there is no prerequisite for learning any certification course. Any other question? See, basic knowledge is good. If you have a, anyway, you guys are BTech, MCA or whatever, computer, basic computer knowledge is very much needed to learn cloud. If you are coming from different industry, then you need to learn some basics, then go to cloud. Basics means basic computer knowledge, I'm saying. So comparison of Azure AWS, I'm telling you that AWS is also offering services like I can tell you in all in all spaces like application, data, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, network. In all areas, AWS also offering service, Azure also offering service. So both are offering. It depends upon customer to customer, like where I get much discount. If I have a business to run in cloud and Azure is giving me in 100 rupees and AWS is giving me in 200 rupees, then I will go for Azure because I am saving the cost. So it's all depend upon marketing strategy. I'm not saying AWS is bad or Azure is good. Both are in technology wise, in usability wise, both are kind of same. But we have seen the trend. So Gartner report is also saying that trend is moving towards Azure. Why? Because Azure is giving much discount. They have also a good data center base already in Word. So they are going more. So if I tell you that how Azure is managing the things, um, so they have a different data center across the globe. They have a data center in Azure, they have a data center in AWS, sorry, they have a data center in UK, they have a data center in US. So everywhere they have a data center. So if you go on Google and search for Azure data centers, then you can get to know they have a multiple data center across the globe. Anywhere you can go and create your data center. Able to see my screen? See, this is the data center base. You have in US region, there are West US, Central US, Central US, South Central, Canada. These are the data center. In UK also you have multiple data center. In India you have West India, Central India, South India. In China, in East Asia, everywhere the data center is. So where you want to create your infrastructure service based on your business, your user base, you can create data center across the globe. So they have also invested much money to create the data center. So you guys understand about Azure, why to learn Azure and how it's going. And for learning Azure, you need to create an Azure account. So go to Azure and you can create a free account. If you click on Azure website and click on Azure, you can start free. So Azure is giving you free service with certain limit to work on, to learn. You can log in via your Hotmail or any of the account, or you can create your own account with your email ID and password. You can put the password, it means for your email ID, and you need to put your credit card or debit card information. Why credit card, debit card information? Because Azure also want to authenticate you. For authentication, the best part is they can authenticate via your card, and they will not deduct any money. They will deduct 2 rupees just for checking, and they will give back 2 rupees in India. So that's the way you can create a Azure account. So now, any question? Any other question, you guys?
Hi, good morning, Kumar. This is Himanshu. Kumar, my question is that if somebody is already pursuing AWS and going for the first level of certification, so are you suggesting to go for Azure instead of AWS? Is it a better choice?
Yeah.
No. See, I'm not giving. So the point here is, if you see the industry trend, let me go 5 years back. 5 years back, the market demand is Linux administrator, Red Hat administrator, Windows administrator, and database administrator, specifically Oracle. What happens today? Nobody is talking about Oracle. Nobody is talking about Red Hat administrator. If you go to Naukri.com and search for cloud word, you will get thousands of jobs. And if you search Linux word, then maybe you get 20, 25 or 100. So what my point is, industry changing day by day, year by year. So now everybody is moving towards cloud. So either you learn Azure or AWS, that's the starting point. After 2-3 years, anyway, you need to learn two cloud, because companies are starting from AWS. Maybe some services is very cheaper in Azure. So they will make a hybrid cloud that I am coming in. So the market is trending towards hybrid cloud, where you have Azure also, AWS also, and customer can easily move here and there because it's easy now. My application is cloud native, so I can move from Azure to AWS any point of time, and from AWS to Azure also. And people have, there are example in market where people move from AWS to Azure. So to start with any of the cloud, either AWS or Azure, but after some years, you need to learn at least two cloud. Okay.
Yeah, okay, because I see most of the e-commerce companies or retail companies are using Amazon Cloud, and the big enterprise companies are moving towards the Azure Cloud now.
The market share anyway saying that equal as of today, but Azure may increase because their business strategy is not to making much profit. So I'm just giving a very brief thing on certification courses of Azure. If you see, this is the new certification course number. So in general, you should go for, if you don't understand where I'm going, which certification I need to do, you can go for 7535. 7535 is architecting Azure solution, which is now renamed to AZ302, which is Microsoft Azure Solution Architect. So in this course, you will learn about Azure services in terms of infrastructure like storage, network, high availability, auto scaling, and how to deploy application, how to learn, how to maintain application, how to monitor application in Azure. And after that, you can go for a DevOps course of Azure. So DevOps is basically once you create the application, you need to do deployment daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And for deployment, you need to learn DevOps with various tools. So tools can be used as Jenkins, Git, CI/CD, Kubernetes, Docker, or maybe you can use Azure DevOps. So that is basically a next level. So first level course is Azure Solution Architect. So our offering is Azure Solution Architect, where 7535 or AZ302. In this course, we are offering Azure Fundamental Introduction of DevOps, and then Azure Platform Introduction, and then Virtual Machines, Azure Virtual Machine, then Azure Storage Overview, what kind of storage we have in Azure, how we can create it and all, and then hands-on lab on storage, file store, blob store, table store, and then Azure Virtual Network, how you can create a logical network in Azure, how you can connect your different systems. You are sitting in your home and connecting to Azure VM, how you can do that. Azure Web App, how you can create a web application in Azure. And then concept of load balancing, high availability or auto scaling. And then we'll move to Azure SQL database, how you can create database in Azure and use it. A short demo of migrating database to on-prem to SQL, Azure AD, and defining management of monitoring strategy, how you monitor your infrastructure resources on Azure. And then cost management, how you manage your cost, because customer, when you creating any service in Azure, customer will ask you that how you create it, what kind of cost I will get monthly basis. So that also cost management techniques we will provide you. And one practical walkthrough, its overall course is 20 hours. It can be happen weekdays, weekend, so it will cover in 4 to 5 weekends, because I am preferring weekend because I am working professional. So this particular course we are offering as a solution architect. After that, you can go for Azure DevOps. That is also our offering. And you can connect with our Spocks to further details. Shalini or anybody from Mapping Skill can share the number in chat whom people can contact. Okay, so other questions are difference Azure AWS I covered. What is the job profile for Azure? See, job profile is similar to data center. Azure is also a data center, right? We have a new designation is DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, senior cloud engineer, senior DevOps engineer. So the flow is from junior cloud engineer to cloud engineer to DevOps engineer to senior DevOps engineer to cloud architect. That is the path. If you are a fresher, then you start with a junior cloud engineer where you are monitoring your cloud resources, understanding cloud services and all. Once you have much experience, then you can move to cloud engineer where you can himself create cloud applications service. Then you can move to DevOps engineer where you can use DevOps services to run DevOps thing. And once you have well versed 3-4 year experience, then you can become a cloud architect where you can design any cloud solution for any of the customer. So that is the path. And this course is basically for everyone, whether you are a fresher or whether you are changing your technology from Linux or Windows administration to cloud, whether you are an experienced resource or whether you are a fresher. Microsoft Azure is used for providing service, infrastructure and platform service to customer. If you want to run your application, if you want to run your database, if you want to run your website, then you can use Azure. Any other question, guys? So inquiry number has been flashed to your chat window. You can inquire for further course timing and all.
Kumar, do we need any software background for enhancing in Azure? Like if we are searching for a job in AWS cloud computing, the people are asking for the Python background or any software language. So is there any necessity to be a software handed person for Azure as well?
See, market is evolving in cloud. So who are posting the job in Naukri.com, they are putting whole IT industry in one JD. From programming language to Windows administration to Linux to everything they are mentioning. But they himself don't know what they need. I am taking external interviews also for organizations. I am doing freelancing and consulting for certain organization also. So the point here is, one sec. So the point here is basically as much. So it's all depend upon on what stage you are coming. So if you are a fresher, you are a fresher. If you're already a 5-year experienced guy and you worked on where you worked on in, are you experienced person who asked this question?
Yeah, Kumar, I have a 12 year of experience and I'm working as a project manager with Ericsson right now.
Okay.
We
So
are working
see,
on a data center projects on the hardware part because we are deploying different equipments, different Cisco equipments on the data centers in US. So means we are more into the hardware part of data centers.
so okay, I get it. So you have a experience of project management and all, and now DevOps and Agile is coming in market. So you can learn this AWS course or Azure course. Why? Because when you are talking to your customer, and customer is anyway plan for move their infrastructure from on-prem to cloud, then whether you are going to work directly as an administrator in Azure or maybe for your job profile like project manager, you also need to learn cloud, because until you understand what are the services Azure is offering, you will not able to pursue your job as a project manager also. So that's why I'm saying, whether you are a business analyst, whether you are an administrator, whether you are a database administrator, or whether you are a project manager, you need to understand these Azure terms. So you can understand Azure terms only when you do any of the certification course. And this is very much needed. No programming language experience as such mandatory, but all good to have kind of thing like Python, Java. If you know these things, then on a ground level you can do automation, all these things. But it's, I'm not saying this course will give you everything and close the loop of all. In IT industry, we need to learn every day. So you are doing Azure because you want to understand Azure. Maybe after that, if you want to grow in your current organization or you want to change your job, maybe you need to learn some other technologies also. So it's all depend upon your job profile. So very volatile in market, but cloud at least you should know, because Python you will run Python code where, either your data center or on cloud. There is two option available, and most of the places you will see cloud. So until you know cloud, how you run your Python code? So programming skill is not mandatory, as I said. Good to have. To start with, to change the job into weightage on resume, Azure certification is very good to put in. If you are a SQL Server developer, then anyway you need to learn Azure, because most of the people are not going to use on-prem SQL Server. They were going to use Azure SQL.
Right.
So anyway, this is, if you are a Microsoft technology guy, .NET developer, Windows administrator, database administrator of MS SQL, then you are bound to learn Azure. I can use this word, because until you learn Azure, because you are already working on Microsoft technologies, you will not survive for coming years.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Any other question? So basically I have, let me introduce myself. So I have around 18-year experience, and I have done multiple trainings in various organizations. My courses also in Telepat, Collabora, and mapping skill is one of. So in mapping skill, I am giving instructor-led trainings on Azure, AWS, Kubernetes, Docker, GCP. So Azure, I am also seeing Azure is picking much. A lot of inquiries we are getting in Azure as compared to AWS as of today. So this webinar, we planned that to give you guys information that it's the right time to learn Azure, because whoever is experienced in this webinar, they can understand the freshers who are coming out from BTech or MCA, they are already running cloud. So it's your turn now. It's your turn to understand the market trend and grab the technology as soon as possible. Okay, so that's all from my side. It's a very discussion kind of webinar. And if you are interested on this course from Mapping Skill, you can call this number. Then we will have a practical demo session also. And then you can decide to enroll in course or not. Okay, cool. So the number flashing on your screen, you can contact. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Kumar. It's a very interactive session. Thank you.
Thanks for feedback. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.